Govinda.
Akandamandalakaram Vyaptam yena characharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Agnanatimiram dasya Yanam jana shalakaya Chaksharam militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yat Kinsit Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Babaji Vyapi Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sarva Shruti Shiroratna Virajita Padam Bhuja Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyumatito Niranjana Bindunadha Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Jnana Shakti Samarodha Tattvamala Vibhushita Bhakti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidaine Atmanyana Pradanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sukshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Jnapanam Sarasampada Guru Padodakam Samya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapam Tattvajnanat Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Guru Radhiranadesha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Tameva Bandhusha Sakha Tameva Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva O Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Tameva Bandhusha Sakha Tameva Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Oh Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Oh Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, Sundara Rupa Shri Hari Deva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam, 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 Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, 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 Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, 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 Sundara Rupa Shri Hari Deva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam, 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 O Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, O Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, 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 Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, 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 Sundara Rupa Shri Hari Deva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam, 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 O Tove Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Tomeva Bandusha Saka Tomeva, Tomeva Vidya Dravinam Tomeva, Tomeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, O Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, O Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, Gurudeva, 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 Guruji, O Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva, Gurudeva Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Pai Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Sundara Rupa Shri Hari Deva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam. 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 O Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. O Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Gurudeva 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 Guruji. Om Avatari Shishaya Namah, Om Vishamaya Namah, Om Devakari Samudyatai Namah, Om Sukshmatanave Namah, Om Chinmayaya Namah, Om Guru Manjaye Namah, Om Sundaraya Namah, Om Sulachanaya Namah, Om Sumukhraya Namah, Om Charvasaya Namah, Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Padmabhujaya Namah, Om Mandagamanaya Namah, Om Charamharadharine Namah, Om Ramaya Namah, Om Mandir Sapakaya Namah, Om Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Namah, Om Gayatri Ajvane Namah, Om Arpana Svikarakaya Namah, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namah, Om Namo Narayana Iti Mantropasakaya Namah, Om Swaramaya Namah, Om Madhurakantaya Namah, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lalupaya Namah, Om Srutapriyaya Namah, Om Mitavashine Namah, Om Vakmine Namah, Om Shritakala Visharadaya Namah, Om Radharaya Namah, Om Sadave Namah, Om Jagatpantaya Namah, Om Sarvalokahitaya Namah, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namah, Om Surdaya Namah, Om Anukulaya Namah, Om Neyaya Namah, Om Sudarshanaya Namah, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namah, Om Premamurtaye Namah, Om Suvakshanaya Namah, Om Pritivardhanaya Namah, Om Swastidayakaya Namah, Om Tarakaya Namah, Om Anugrahaya Namah, Om Vardhanaya Namah, Om Achitaya Namah, Om Artaya Namah, Om Sri Pradaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Manoharaya Namah, Om Akshaya Namah, Om Sireshwaraya Namah, Om Bhajmabhushitaya Namah, Om Atmalingaya Namah, Om Lingachana Prosakaya Namah, Om Siddhi Sadhanaya Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Omkarapasakaya Namah, Om Sukshmaya Namah, Om Vishokaya Namah, Om Satvikaya Namah, Om Samadarshine Namah, Om Dakshaya Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Nirankaraya Namah, Om Nirmohaya Namah, Om Avyagraya Namah, Om Chitakrodaya Namah, Om Vinay Shivaya Namah, Om Svavashaya Namah, Om Kushavaya Namah, Om Shamaya Namah, Om Satyadharmaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Viraktaya Namah, Om Atindraya Namah, Om Satyasandaya Namah, Om Pavitraya Namah, Om Madhursvabhavaya Namah, Om Suranandaya Namah, Om Nandanaya Namah, Om Prasanatmane Namah, Om Bhaktanidaye Namah, Om Sakshaye Namah, Om Samatmaye Namah, Om Sadayogine Namah, Om Haraye Namah, Om Sutapaye Namah, Om Somyaye Namah, Om Guyaya Namah, Om Vimutatmaye Namah, Om Gaviraye Namah, Om Guptaye Namah, Om Atmaramaya Namah, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namah, Om Jyotidaraya Namah, Om Danyaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Duratikramaya Namah, Om Ganaya Namah, Om Bhagavate Namah, Om Harisharda Margadarshakaya Namah, Om Kutasya Jagatakaya Namah, Om Aviprayaya Namah, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namah, Om Shamaikata Bhava Vardakaya Namah, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swami Namah. Ato Deva Avantano Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Redivya Sapta Damapi Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Tridanyade Padam Samudhamasya Parumsure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopada Abhya Ato Dharmani Dharayan Vishnu Karmani Pashyate Yato Virtani Pashpase Indrasa Yujasaka Tad Vishnu Paramam Padagum Sada Pashanti Surya Devi Vachakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagrivagun Sasamindate Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. Premavataraaya vidmahe Satguru Devaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Satguru Devaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Satguru Devaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Govinda. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Kaitabare Narayana Chita Trivikrama Chakrapane Deitadi Sajadara Shri Dara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Araye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavana Sare Murare Radesha Gopisha Surupa Brahmari Vanya Sridhara Kanshaya Vaikuntha Pate Bhavane Kamurte Gopala Devaraye Tava Suprabhatam Vinam Krite Kamata Rupa Varamurte Trivikramaya Gone Bro Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kaki Rupa Gopala Krishna Araye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Paratparesha Damodara Jadarananda Kadareshwari Gopa Gopi Jana Sambrata Dina Bandhu Gopi Jana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhata Shiradi Sai Bhujagadi Patapa Sai Sadvatra Virtsanada Sai Ramanga Sai Shri Gopa Bama Mradutapa Sukadi Sai Gopa Vallabharaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kasyapatri Sukhanarada Gaudamari Ramasi Sangamani Sangava Bharatesho Tishtanti Devatava Darshana Bhagayeto Gopala Shekraraye Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Javi Tulasi Dala Malikanyare Malyani Anjali Puti Samudaranti Ishtanti Tvatbhavata Dada Tale Munindra Radha Manoraraye Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gautama Kana Guya Gayanti Satguna Gano Varaza Savarga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kada Vishesha Vinarada Dirshaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Vavalya Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsashina Saranagata Parijata Bhaktati Banjana Kripakara Dina Bandho Nityanta Gayati Jana Priya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dara Prameya Padma Laya Srita Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Surasevita Pada Padma Padma Dinata Alaye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindatare Viharanaya Mahendra Vanya Kandarpadarpa Aratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Nidra Deha Govinda Yadavaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Dhira Mayanga Dina Davishona Supushpana Nilambodasu Sarira Ramavihara Gopala Devarahe Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vaishri Jambavati Satya Sukanti Bhadra Shri Mitra Vinda Divasa Prabhupada Kandye Tishtanti Divya Bhamave Tava Seva Zadam Gopi Mana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyutananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapale Muna Yoga Nishambhadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Varisam Uri Kritama Papa Shri Krishna Grayatoka Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govinda Madhipurasham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Madhipurasham Tamam Bhajami Chintamani Prakarasam Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vritesh Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govinda Madhipurusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Madhipurusham Tamam Bhajami Venam Kanantam Aravinda Dalaya Tatsham Balavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kanda Pakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govinda Madhipurusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Madhipurusham Tamam Bhajami Halula Chandra Kala Sattvanamalyavamsi Ratnam Gadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shyamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Aganiyasya Sakarindriya Manti Vashanti Panti Karayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Advaitamachyutamanadi Manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabha Madhurlama Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Panchasu Koti Shatavatsara Samragamyo Vayoratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam Sopyasti Yat Prapadasina Vichindya Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ekopya Sorachayatum Jaganta Kotim Yaschasti Rasti Jaganta Chayayanta Andatarasta Paramanda Chayantarasta Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Yadvava Bhavita Diyo Manujasta Deva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasanayana Bhusha Sutiryameva Nigama Pratitestu Bhakti Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabis Tabira Eva Nijarupataya Kalabhi Goloka Eva Nivasata Kilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Premam Janachurika Bhakti Vilochanena Shantam Sadeva Hridayesha Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ramadi Murti Sukalani Amena Tishta Danavataram Akarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramam Pumayo Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Yasya Prabhapya Bhavato Jagadanda Koti Kotishva Shesha Vasudhara Vibhuta Vinam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Anantam Shesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Maya Yasya Jaganta Satani Sote Trigunya Tat Vishaya Vida Vitaya Mana Sattva Valam Viparasatva Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pataya Mahasu Ya Praninam Pratibalam Sarata Mupedya Leelayatena Bhuvanagaya Jata Kashram Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Golukanam Nidijadam Nitalesha Tasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nichaya Vita Shayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Srishti Sriti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Jayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibhati Durga Techanurupam Api Yasya Satesha Tesha Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Chiram Yatada Divikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate naitata pratiyastito Yasambhutam api tata samupeti karya Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Dipachireva nishantaramajapedya Dipayate vritaye samanadama Yasadreva isha vishnutaya vibhati Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yasayre narvana jale bhatisma yoga Nidram mananta jaganta saroma kupa Adhara shakti mavaram param samutim Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yashkankanisha shakalam manakalamya Jivanti loma vilajata garantanata Vishnur mahansaya yasya kala vishesho Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Pashvam yatasma sakalesu nitesha tesha Sviyam kiya prakataya prapitatvatra Brahmaya esa jaganta vidana karta Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yat pada palava yugam vinidaya kumbha Bandhe pranama samaya saganadi raja Vignam vihantu manayasya jagatrayasya Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Akirmai gagana ambu marudisascha Kalastatatma manasiti jagatrayani Yashmat bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti amcha Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yashaksuresha savita sakalagrahana Raja samasta suramurti ashesha tesha Yasyagdaya brahmati samvrita kala chakro Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Karmota papa nichayasa jayasa pansi Ramadi kinta patagava dayasa jiva Yadata mantra vibhava prakata prabhava Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yasindra gopa matavendra mahosma karma Bandhanu rupa palabhajana matanoti Kamani nirdhariti kinta sabhakti bhajam Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Yam krodha kama sagraja pranayadamiti Vatsalya moha guru gaurava sevya bhagahe Sanchita tasi tasi santana rapurete Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radhe Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami
Om Ajnanati mirandasya kyanantana shalakaya Chakshurun militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear Gurudev, today's satsang from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 12 and verse 16. Tasmanaro Sangha Sushanga Jata Janasi Neheva Vivrikna Moha Harim Tateha Katana Shrotavyam Labdhasmritiryatyati paramadhvanaham. Simply by associating with exalted devotees, anyone can attain perfection of knowledge, and with this word of knowledge can cut to pieces the illusory associations within this material world. Through the association of devotees, one can engage in the service of the Lord by hearing and chanting Shravanam and Kirtanam, sticking to the cultivation of bhakti, return home, back to God, even in this life. So this is a verse from a part of a section of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5 and Chapter 10, where there's happening the talk of King Rahugana and Jatabharata. And King Rahugana was the ruler of Sindhu and Sauriva, and he was traveling and needed an extra palanquin bearer. So his carriers forcefully recruited Jata, not knowing his true spiritual status. So Bharata, deeply rooted in ahimsa, non-violence, he would pause every 3 feet, try not to step even on the ends. And of course, this would shake the palanquin, and this made the king upset. And in the end, he starts to talk to him. And he became unaware, actually, the king, of the profound silence and care underlying Bharata's actions. And during their conversation, the king realizes that Bharata is not an ordinary carrier, but that his word sounds like healing nectar. And finally, he realizes that he's a great soul, and he surrenders to him. Jata Bharata explains the fundamental principles of Advaita philosophy, of non-dual philosophy. And he shows the king that all beings, moving or non-moving, are merely different manifestations of the Lord. And that the ultimate truth lies in realizing the Absolute. So, the former life of the king, of Jata Bharata. So 2 lives before this, he was born as a pious king, Jata Bharata, and he almost reached his final state of realization, of God realization, when he got attached to a deer, when he went to the forest to do intense tapasya there. So he met a little deer and he got attached to him. So much that next life he had to be born as a deer because of his attachment. And being born as a deer, he had a grace of remembering his previous life, and he would spend his life around ashrams and devotees and sadhus. And we can see how the attachment to something or someone can influence our future birth. And of course, being reborn again, just due to his association with the sadhus and devotees of the Lord, with the brahmanas, he was born again in a human body, but he was pretending to be not of a good mind, let's say, yeah, and he would prefer to stay in silence. So this verse, actually, let's go back to the verse again. Simply by associating with exalted devotees, anyone can attain perfection of knowledge, and with this word of knowledge can cut to pieces the illusory associations within this material world. Through the association of devotees, one can engage in the service of the Lord by hearing and chanting, Shravanam Kirtanam, sticking to the cultivation of bhakti, return home, back to God, even in this life. So we will stop here on the transformative power of association with enlightened devotees and on listening and singing the glories of the Lord. As we remember, in the beginning of this year, Guruji asked us to sing more, like he really almost forced every person, every Prabhu that time, this Darshan, to sing, yeah? And he really wants us to chant and to sing the name of the Lord. And also, recently, back in the USA, some days ago, Guruji said in a satsang, when we are singing, it's also a service. Like it is said, the greatest service we could do for Bhagavan is to sing for him. That is the biggest service. So that's how much is the importance of singing for the Lord. To please the beloved, you have to be always ready. So that's why he also likes to, I guess that's why Guruji likes to poke people, especially those who are not used to sing, to make them sing something. And of course, it brings a lot of fun for everyone, but not for the person who is poked, for sure. And this shows us again that we need to be always ready to sing for the Lord, to serve the Lord doing puja, to know the scriptures, to make the chanting, to know the lives of the saints, and so on. And as we remember, also recently Guruji asked us to go deep and study the lives of the saints, to get inspiration from their lives. And here in this beautiful temple, each one of us has a beautiful opportunity, Govinda, to serve the Lord, singing Shri Vittal Giridhari Parabrahmane Namaha. Literally, actually, everyone has this opportunity. And of course, to do that, we would do our best. No, we would practice, we would ask advices of more experienced musicians, we would spend our time to train ourselves to offer the best we could to the Lord. And today we will be looking at the life of the modern saint who was Kirtaniya, Aindra Prabhu, and whose harmonium we have in our Saints Museum, by the way. So, born as Edward Stryker in the USA on 12 March 1953 in USA, he was born to a musically inclined family. And actually, before his life story, just want to say that he's famous for his vigor, for his passion, and for his single-pointedness on the spiritual path, especially on singing kirtan and in doing his sadhana. So, first time he met devotees in Washington during street kirtan, when they went outside, and which brought him to the local ISKCON temple. So in 1974, he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada on the day of Nityananda Trayodashi. So from the very first moment when he heard the kirtan, because he was already part of the musical band, he was playing in bass guitar. Of course, the music attracted him from the first notes, and he followed the devotees so much that he lost his shoe, and he even didn't want to catch it because it was, he said to the leader of this street kirtan that I would have many opportunities to get a shoe, but I might not have so many opportunities to associate myself with the devotees and to sing the name of the Lord. So that much already from the first meeting, he felt the importance of the singing of the divine names. So later he moved to Sri Sri Radha Govinda Mandir in Brooklyn, where he stayed until 1986. There was a beautiful incident in his life when he actually so much passionate in spreading the holy name that he would create a temple inside a bus. And he would travel with this moving temple all around, trying to attract people, but visually also. And this temple he made himself with his hands. So if you would look at the picture, I don't have it with me, but if you have a look at this on the internet, and you will see it looks like real golden temple. And there is inside, there is a kirtan going on. So in 1975, Srila Prabhupada initiated 24-hour kirtan in Vrindavan when he was still in his body. And when he departed in 1978, there was no more 24-hour kirtan, unfortunately, yeah. And Srila Prabhupada came into the dream of an account Kapurji, who was crying here in tears. He asked to initiate again this 24-hour kirtan. he would say in the dream of this account that I dedicated my blood and sweat to initiate this 24 hours kirtan, but it's not there anymore. And immediately he ran to Indra Prabhu, who just actually arrived to Vrindavan, to the Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan, and told him the whole dream. And when Indra Prabhu heard that, he told to himself, Kapurji could have come to anyone to tell this, but somehow he came this to me, and this means that his guru, Srila Prabhupada, wanted him to do this work, to initiate this 24-hour kirtan. And he took it really seriously. He took it as Guru Adesh, and he was the one who aligned with the will of his guru. Actually, initially his dream was to travel with this temple bus around Vrindavan and to spread the holy name this way. But hearing the will of his guru, he aligned with it and he stayed in the mandir. And he reinitiated again the 24-hour kirtan. So since then, it actually never stopped. So whenever you will enter the Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan, you will always hear the chanting of the holy name going on since that time when Indra Prabhu initiated it. So Vrindavan Dham was very dear to Indra Prabhu, and he would worship the trees of Vrindavan, taking very seriously what is said in the scriptures, that he believed that those who worship the trees of Vrindavan would come back to Vrindavan and will stay there forever. He was also very dedicated to Giriraji, to Govardhanshila, as he is called to be the crown of Vrajadam. And also in his dream, his guru Srila Prabhupada came to him and asked to worship Krishna in the mood of Gopal. He called his Giriraj Giridhari Gopal Sham and worshipped him as Gopal. So also we know that many saints, they don't actually like to sleep. They prefer not to waste their time on sleeping. But in the case of Indra Prabhu, he would eagerly go to bed because in his dreams he would receive visions of his guru and he would receive some realizations from him. And also he received realization of his spiritual nature. With the time, devotees noticed that actually his vigor and love in spreading the divine name, in singing the kirtan was so strong that he would alone sometimes spend 12 hours singing, 12 hours non-stop, imagine. So for us, sometimes 6 hours events and we're already, all vocal cords are very tired and destroyed, but in his case, 12 hours was not how to say. He could manage the 12 hours of singing with passion and strength. And they would call him the Lion of Kirtan because even when he would enter the temple, the whole atmosphere would shift because his passion for divine name was so strong, so deeply rooted in his devotion that it would actually shake everyone. Also, what was special about his behavior and about his habits, he took that so much seriously, the singing of the divine name, and he realized that as much people are listening to his singing the holy name, as much he has responsibility for purifying himself. Because when we actually sing, we transmit our mindset and our state of the mind to the listeners. So apart from singing for the Lord, to devote our heart, to throw our heart at his feet, we also, if at this moment we are not fully focused on the Lord, we also transmit in our moods to the people who are listening to us. And he took this so much to his heart that he would purify himself continuously, not only chanting the holy name, but also following all the Kadashi, fastings, and he would live in the room which was covered with cow dung. Imagine, so the walls were fully covered in cow dung, which would look like a hut of a sage. And as we know, the cow dung has protecting and purifying qualities, so that it doesn't allow any negativity to come in. So he would try his best to keep his body, mind, and consciousness, in purity, so that when he sing, when he spread the holy name, he would be pure. He would keep his purity to become an instrument of the Lord, pure instrument of the Lord. And we see here, as Guruji is showing us the importance of singing, but at the same time, it's also a responsibility, Of course, everyone should sing, and it's so beautiful. It's such an amazing, heart-opening service that we could do for the Lord. But if we feel that maybe we are not, how to say, as Guruji said, if you think that your neighbors will don't like you singing, close your eyes and imagine that they're not there. But actually, if we want to sing for the Lord, for the people as well, and if we want people to hear, we want to share, there is a certain responsibility into it. So that we need to take time to practice, that we need time to study the meaning of the bhajan or of the kirtan which we want to sing, to dive deeper into it, to meditate into it. We also constantly, it is good to improve our singing skills, just simply doing exercises, doing it regularly. And it's a commitment, If you want to follow the Adesh of the Guru, it's a commitment to be done. It's not just taking it lightly, but as we see, the one who took it seriously, this Harinam Sankirtanam, to sing the name of the Lord, he made a big commitment for the whole life to sing, to purify himself, and to practice. And in his room there was only the deities, his altar, hundreds of shaligrams which he would worship every day. He would sing for 14 hours, I think, or 12 or 14 hours he would sing kirtanam every day. And in his room he had only harmonium, and he would sleep on the floor in a style of a sadhus. So he had a very good also sense of humor despite of his intense practice and intense devotion to the Lord in singing his name. He would also be a very kind person, actually. He would be caring and loving when he's not in the kirtan, because when he was in the kirtan, he would easily kick someone out just because they would not do it properly, but not because he was an arrogant person, but because his intention was to give the best to the Lord. His intention was to serve Radha and Krishna because he had visions of them, with their full heart, and to offer them the best possible, For that he would be really, really selective. But in our situation, we see that Guruji is very merciful, and he allows all of us to sing, despite of us being sometimes not so perfect in singing and in playing instruments. He is really encouraging us to sing, because it is very, very powerful sadhana. So coming back to Indra's Prabhu's life, he was also very heavy and intense in some topics. He was a brahmacharya yet all his life, and actually in their tradition, when one is a brahmachari, he wouldn't even listen to a Mataji singing, because they would believe that even the singing, he would, personally would believe that even the singing, hearing of the singing of Mataji would let the Maya to sneak in, and slowly it would crack the mind, the focus of the brahmacharya. So in their tradition, there are only Prabhus brahmacharis, Matajis are not. We see how much mercy Guruji gives us here, how much lucky we are to be with Guruji, because he allows Matajis also to be brahmacharis. And in our case, the strictness and the discipline we are to put on ourselves. So nobody is putting us in a cage and saying us, you have to be like this or like that. No, there are general recommendations, and there are to-dos and not to-dos, as it is in 6 limbs of Sharanagati. Yeah, we know that first 2 of them, we should do what is good for our devotion, for development of our devotion, and the second, we should not do what is not recommended for developing our devotional service. And so Guruji is very merciful, and he's never forcing us. He's really making us realize ourselves what is good for us and what is not. And so his kirtan standards, Aindra's Prabhu's kirtan standards, was very high, and he actually wouldn't even Mataji is allowed to sing when he is singing. So you see again how much mercy we have on our path of Gurudev. And but this was only for him, so because he wanted his mind to be 100% focused on the Lord, and even if there is some thoughts would pass across his mind, he wouldn't allow himself or others sing the kirtan. Imagine how high his standards were. So he, the 24 hours kirtan, he was actually the main initiator and the organizer of these 24 hours kirtans. And he would fast every Ekadashi, as we heard also, believing that it would help to purify his mind and body from the influences, negative influences of the outside. So there was also one story of a Russian devotee who came to Aindra Prabhu, who used to use different intoxications. He tried different kind of alcohol, drugs, and everything possible. But then someone told him, it's also divine grace, that there is another kind of intoxication which much more stronger than that one which you used to have. And there is one Prabhu who would give you this intoxication if you go to Vrindavan and you will listen to his kirtan. So and this Prabhu took his flight, he came to Vrindavan, and he actually heard Aindra Prabhu singing, and afterwards he spoke to him, and which caused him actually to give up all kind of intoxications, and he stayed to Vrindavan, and he served to the personal deities of Aindra Prabhu. So as much was pure and strong his kirtanam, Govinda. So his kirtans had the power to transform lives. He would do his best to become independent, also one of amazing quality. He would do his best to become independent on the ashram. And he would cook his own food every day. So although he did immense service during Kirtanam, and he would also serve to the deities of Radha Krishna, he was a pujari, he wouldn't even ask for food. He would try not to ask for food, and try to cook for himself. Because, also beautiful fact that he would dress Radha and Krishna only when they will reveal themselves what they want him to wear, to dress them into. So already being in the body, he realized actually his spiritual nature, and that was one of a gopi. Yeah, he realized that he was actually his spiritual body is a gopi, one who is close to Srimati Radharani, and in another life he was present as a close devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that he realized during his sadhana. So his life, he would do 16 rounds of japa every day, which is actually takes a lot of time, yeah. 4.5 hours of deity worship. He would do Harinam Sankirtanam in the temple, and he would be motivating and inspiring others on the path of Krishna Bhakti and many other things. Yeah, he would be a very inspiring person. As we see, Guruji keeps saying, we don't have time to waste for being lazy or for random things of this world. And here we see the life of the one who dedicated himself to Harinam Sankirtanam, to spreading the name of the Lord, to chanting, to serving him, that he never wasted time. And actually, his life was so beautiful that that everybody would be attracted to him. And even if he would be harsh and rude in some topics, because he was very strict, they would accept it because they would love him. Yeah, he had this love, and he had the right to be so intense, because he himself was very intense personality, and he loved what he did so much. So once a devotee asked Indra Prabhu if he would like to go with him to Loi Bazaar in Vrindavan to buy clothes for the deities. And first he hesitated and then agreed. And he would look for clothes for his Gauranitai deities. But his attention was shifted to the bookstore on the other path of the street. And his the one who came with him, the devotee, he was wondering which book attracted his attention. And Indra Prabhu would hesitate to show. And he said, you will not understand. But the devotee insisted. So it's turned out to be the book of hairstyles for Matajis, different hairstyles for Matajis. And this actually showed to the devotees, those who knew him, that he was already preparing himself for passing away, because he realized his spiritual body as an associate of Srimati Radharani, and his spiritual body was as the one of a Mataji, yeah, and he was preparing himself to his future life in his spiritual body. And and he was, so there was also one case when one Prabhu would inspire everyone to go for books distribution. We know this tradition, and so for street kirtan, and saying that if you don't go, you will be like a woman sitting at home. So for them it was kind of offense, And Indra Prabhu would raise his hand and say that in Vrindavan we don't mind to be a woman, so we would love to be a woman. And what he meant that actually in Vrindavan it's very beautiful to be in the mood of a gopi. And as we remember, as Mirabai said to, I don't remember to whom exactly, and she said that there is only one man in this creation, and this is the Supreme Lord. And actually all of us are creation. We are all women. We are all feminine. And of course Indra Prabhu would be really versed in scriptures, and he would give long answers for simple questions. And there was a brahmachari who would have confusions if he should stay a brahmachari or become grihastha. And he went to Indra Prabhu, which gave him a long discussion with quoting of scriptures, convincing him to stay brahmachari. And if that Prabhu wanted to associate with a woman, he should associate with Indra Prabhu. So that he would show him that true womanhood is. So again, coming back here to the realization of the saints that actually the whole creation is feminine, and only the Lord is a man, the only man. And again, his devotees were actually slowly realizing that he's hinting about his future spiritual life, which was close to his departure time. So on the 16th of July 2010, in the night, Indra Prabhu would cook for his deities. And without realizing that there was a gas leak in his room, he would lit the gas. When he would light in the stove, the whole room went in smoke, which consumed the oxygen. And as his room was very well isolated, and he even had a door, sound isolating door, he couldn't go out of his room. It was locked. And the Prabhu took it as a will of the Lord, and he realized that it's time for him to depart. He actually prostrated in front of his deities, Chaitanya, Nityananda, and he passed away in such a way, in a prostration, in a pranam to his deities. So we see how beautiful it is that such elevated soul, he thought about the Lord in his last seconds of life, and consciously, as we know that later they made some research that actually the one who is suffocating, he would extend his chest to take some oxygen, in panic, of dying. But in his way, he gave up. He didn't do anything like this. He just contracted his chest and he made a pranam. And till now we can see how the life of the saints is actually beautiful, And he's the modern saint who passed away only in 2010. And it's beautiful to see how Guruji is collecting the relics of so many saints. And we can go to the Saints Museum. It's such a beautiful place. And to see the relics of the saints. And about some of them, you can read already on our Hindu Saints channel on Instagram. We started this project about the saints. And to really get inspired, because if we look at the life of Indra Prabhu, there is so much to learn from him. This vigor, this power, this dedication, this single-pointedness towards his sadhana, towards his path, and to service to the Lord, as in deities as well as in devotees, because he loved to serve the devotees as well. So, and of course his love for the Lord was so inspiring for the others that everybody was transformed listening to his kirtan. Until now you can find on YouTube, actually, if you go, you type Indra Prabhu Kirtan, and you could listen to his kirtan, and keeping in mind the story of his life. So let's get inspired by the lives of the saints, and let us keep singing the names of the Lord. And especially Guruji makes it so accessible for all of us, and by his grace we can reach the beauty and feel the beauty and the love during singing the holy name, during the singing of our beautiful mantra, Shri Vitala Giridhari Parabrahmane Namaha. And it's such a beauty to spread it. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pralada Lada Dayine.
Pralada Dayine.
Pralada Lada Dayine.
Pralada Dayine.
Hiranyakashipu Raksha.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu Raksha.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha.
Shilatankana Kalaye.
Shilatankana Kalaye.
Shilatankana Kalaye.
Shilatankana Kalaye.
Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho.
Ito Narasimho Bharato Narasimho.
Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho.
Ito Narasimho Bharato Narasimho.
Narasimha Dikshanam.
Narasimhavadim Sharanam Prapade.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hirdaye Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hirdaye Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimhavadim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimhavadim Sharanam Prapade.
Tavakaya Kamalavare Nakam Aduta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadishwari Jayo Jagadishwari Jayo Jagadishwari
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakama Bhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakama Duta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Kamalavare Nakama Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Otavakara Kamala Vare Naka Aduta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Chanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Otavakara Kamala Vare Naka Aguta Sringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Sanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Bolo Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Satgurudev Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Trizandatani Nikota Grachaya Mangala Mangala Me Trizandatani Nikota Grachaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Rangesa Kenkaryarataya Mangala Mangala Me
Rankesha Kenkaryarataya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananataya Dainidaraya Mangala Mangala Me
Mananataya Dainidaraya Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me
Oh Mangala Mangala Me Om Jai Jagadishare
Swami Jai Jagadishare
Bhakta Jano ke Sankata Das Jano ke Sankata Shar mein dur kare
Om Jai Jagadishare Jo jave para pave Dukha bina se manaka Swami dukha bina se manaka Sukha sampati garave Sukha sampati garave Kastamite tanaka Om Jai Jagadishare Mata Pita tumamere Sharanaga ume kisaki Swami Sharanaga ume kisaki Tuma bina ora na duja Tuma bina ora na duja Asakaru me jisaki Om Jai Jagadishare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami Swami Tuma Antarayami Parabrahma Parameshwara Parabrahma Parameshwara Tuma Sabake Swami Om Jai Jagadishare Tuma Karuna Ke Sagar Tuma Palana Karta Swami Tuma Palana Karta Dem Sevaka Tuma Swami Dem Sevaka Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Bharata Om Jai Jagadishare Tuma Ho Eka Gocha Sabake Pranapati Swami Sabake Pranapati Kisa Vide Milo Dayamaya Kisa Vide Milo Kripa Maya Tuma Kome Kumati Om Jai Jagadishare Dina Bandhu Dukkahata Tumara Shaka Mere Swami Tumara Shaka Mere Karuna Hata Badao Karuna Hata Badao Sharana Pada Tere Om Jai Jagadishare Nishaya Vikara Mitao Paparo Deva Swami Paparo Deva Sada Bhakti Badao Sada Prema Badao Santana Ki Seva Om Jai Jagadishare Dana Mana Dana Sabha Hem Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Hem Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Hem Tera Tera Tujhko Arpan Tera Tujhko Arpan Kya lage mera Om Jai Jagadishare Om Jai Jagadishare Swami Jai Jagadishare Bhakta Jano ke Sankata Dasa Jano ke Sankata Jana me dura kare Om Jai Jagadishare Mame Chakra Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Mame Chakra Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Oh Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji Oh Chakra Rako Chakra Rako Chakra Rakoji चाकर राखो, चाकर राखो, चाकर राखो जी, माने चाकर राखो जी, गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी, चाम माने चाकर राखो जी, गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी, गोविंद माने चाकर राखो जी, गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी, गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी, गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। गोविन्द असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति, लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति, श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
प्रेम से बोल श्री लक्ष्मीनारायण भगवान की, प्रेम से बोल श्री भूतभृतेश्वरनाथ नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रेम से बोल श्री राधा कृष्ण कृष्णलाल की, प्रेम से बोल श्री माता क्रिया बाबा जी की, प्रेम से बोल श्री रामानुजाचार्य की, प्रेम से बोलो सतगुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की।
कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीजनवल्लभाय वराय परमपुरुषाय भार्गवमन्त्रयन्त्र तन्त्र औषधस्य शस्त्राणि समरार समरार मृत्यो मोचाय मोचाय। ओम नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय इति ज्वलप्रदाय सर्वैश्वरमपत् परस्मै परब्रह्मणे परमज्योतिषे स्वाहा। ओम शांति शांति शांति, श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। श्याम वेंकटरमण गोविंदा, गोपिका जीवन स्मरण गोविंदा, भक्तवत्सल गोविंदा, गोविंदा गोविंदा गोविंदा। कुंडलीक वरदे एकनाथ नंदे, पंढरीनाथ महाराज की समस्त भक्त मंडली की अलवार पेरुमना तिरुवलिकाये शरणा।